Alright, Chapter 4, Operating Maintenance Instructions. General, to ensure the DS7 tractor is ready for the operation at all times, it must be inspected on a regular basis if the defect with may be found with the corrector before the result of the injury, damage with component, equipment failure. To prevent a maintenance check, serve at the table, the work package 12 will contain with the systematic instruction, inspection, lubrication, serve with the adjustments and corrections performed operative to keep the environmental good operation condition ready for the primary mission. Explanatory table of entry, the item number of the column, number of the columns reference complete the DA form 2404, DA form 5988E. Equipment inspection maintenance worksheets include with the number of the check service indicated with the fault. Items numbered also in order that must perform checks within the intervals listed. Interval column. The column tells you that you must perform the procedure column before procedure be done immediately before you operate the tractor, during procedure done while you're operating the tractor, after procedure done immediately after operating with the tractor. Weekly procedures must done once each week. Monthly procedures done once a month. Man hours. The column indicate the man hours required to complete the prescribed lubrication. Location item and check serve the column. The column provide the location item to be checked and serve with the note. The warning and cautions appear with the preventive maintenance check serve with the table should also be observed with the warning and cautions appear with the applicable procedure. We must observe with the warning to prevent serious injury to yourself and others. Caution to prevent your equipment from being damaged. Procedure column. The column will give you the procedure for the performance of the check and serve with the item listed in the item. The check serve with the column. If you know the equipment is ready available for intended use for the intended mission, you must perform the procedure at the time stated with the internal column. No, not fully mission capable if the column. If the column is column you tells you the faults would keep the upper equipment from being capable of performing primary mission. If the performance check serve the procedure shows faults in the column, equipment is not commission capable of follow standing operating procedure maintaining the equipment of the repairing equipment failure. Alright, general preventive maintenance check services procedure. Although always perform PM preventive maintenance check services in the same order as to be in the habit of once you have the same practice again with the worry spot anything wrong in a hurry. A machine does not perform and refer to appropriate procedure in Chapter 3. If anything looks wrong, you can fix it right in the DA form 2404, DA form 5988E. If you find something seriously wrong, immediately report it to your supervisor. Before performing preventive maintenance checks, read all the checks and applicable to interval. Prepare all services needed with all the checks. You also need a rag or two. General preventive maintenance check service continues. Even the solvent cleaning compound military preference 680 with the type 3 with the environmental compliant and low toxic material, however, the being irritating the eye skin, you with protective goggles with well ventilated areas. Keep it away from the open flames and such as the other ignitions. Keep it clean. Dirt and grease with the debris and gets in the way. It may cover the serious problem of cleaning up the work of the need with the use of solvent clean compound on all metal surfaces. Use detergent, water, and clean rubber and plastic painted surfaces. Warning: when surfacing the machine, perform the maintenance of the disposing materials such as engine coolant, hydraulic fluid, lubricants, battery acid, batteries, CARC paint, constant, and consult with the unit your local hazardous waste disposal to safety out with the local regulatory guidance and further information needed is please with the contact Army Environmental Hotline 1-800-872-3845. Hazardous waste disposal. Ensure the spills are cleaned up. Dispose of the IAW local policies and ordinances. Rust, corrosion. Check for the metals and parts of the rust and corrosion. If any of the bare corrosion exists, clean and apply with the light lubricating oil reported to your supervisor. Bolt nuts and screws. Check for the bolts and nuts and screws. Obvious looseness, missing, bent, broken condition. You carry them. If you can't try them all with a tool, but if it looks chipped or pain, the bare metal rust above around the bolts. If you find one loose, notify your supervisor. Welds. Look for loose chip pain, the rust gaps where the welded together. If you find a bad weld, report it to the supervisor. Electrical wires and connectors. Look for cracked, broken insulation, bare wires, loosened and broken connectors, reconnecting loose connectors, ensure the wires are in good condition. Hose and fuel lines, look for wear and damage of the signs and leaks. Check the loose clamps and fittings, wet set spots indicate the leaks, but straining around the fitting of the connector, but they also mean with the leak. If the leak becomes loose and fitting the connector, notify the supervisor. If there's something in the broken and worn out, and they report it to the supervisor. Fluid leakage. If necessary, you should know how the fluid leakage affects the status of the machine. The following a definition, the type of the class and leakage you need to know to be able to determine the status of the machine. Learn and be familiar with them. Remember, when in doubt, notify the supervisor. Caution: operating allowable to Class 1 and 2 Class 2 leakage except with the fuel. No leaks are allowed. When no doubt, notify the supervisor. When operating in Class 1 and Class 2, check for the fluid levels more frequently. Class 3 must be reported immediately. Your supervisor failure to do so will result in damage to the engine, vehicle, and the components. General preventive maintenance check services continue. Notify your supervisor any leak that cannot fix the leak. The definitions for the preventive maintenance check services. Class 1 leakage indicates wetness discoloration when enough to form drops. Class 2 leakage great enough to form drops, but enough to cause drop. Not enough to cause drops to drip from the item being checked and inspection. Class 3, leakage great enough to form drops to fall from the item being checked and inspected. General lubrications procedure. No, lubrication instruction contained with the preventive maintenance check service mandatory overview with the lubrication points located at the end of the work package. Localized view with the other together with the specialized lubricating instruction preventive maintenance check service work package 12. Tractors no longer enrolled in the Army Oil and Else program. The refer to the field manual 9207 lubricating aerotic temperature operations. Include the preventive maintenance check service lubrication services performed by the operator. Lubricating intervals based on the normal operation. Lubricating more during consistent use of the lowest left during inactive use of the corrective grade with the lubricant with seasonal temperature expected. Refer to the key at the end of the work package. For the equipment, the manufacturer warranty hard time intervals should be followed with a slight interval. Lubricating known for the contaminated if the operation under reverse conditions longer than usual operating hours extend with the idle periods extreme dust. Keep the lubricating enclosed container stored clean dry plate with extreme heat. With keep the container covered with the claim that do not allow the dust or dirt the other foreign materials to mix with lubricant. Keep lubricants and equipment clean with ready for use. Dissolve the clean compound mill preference 680 type 3 is environmental compliant with a low toxic material, however they're irritating the eyes. Use the protective goggles and gloves using well ventilated areas. Keep away from the flames and other surface sources of the ignition. Clean the area around the lubricating points with a solvent cleaning compound or equivalent before lubricating the equipment. To keep all the external parts of the equipment not be requiring lubricating free of lubricating. After the lubricating, wipe off the excessive lubricant and prevent accumulation of foreign material. Maintain the record lubricating performance and report any problems during lubrication. Refer to DAPAM 73880 738750 for forms and procedure record and report any findings. No, only lubricants used in the operators in this key. Alright, your GA automotive artillery track roller bearings, frame, inner, outer bearings, black blade lifts or cylinder support, upper, lower, trunnion bearings, blades, tilt, cylinder, blade socket, blade tilt, brake, screws, threads, blade adjusting brace, ripper, linkage, cylinders, bearings, fan, driver bearings. All refill capacity is required at all expected at all temperatures. Your engine crankshaft is 29 quarts. Transmission, bevel, gear, steering, clutch components 148 quarts. Hydraulic tank 88 quarts. Hydraulic system 120 quarts. Anti-freezing of 48 currents. Refer to the preventive maintenance check services. Alright, lubrication interval, the blade tilt cylinder ball and socket, the blade adjusting bearings brace fittings each side, blade lifter cylinder lower trim fittings each side, blade tilt ball socket, fittings two side, GA fan driving bearing one fitting, radiator check level aid, blade tilt screw threads one fitting, GA lifting cylinder support upper trunnion bearings four fitting each side, engine crankcase lower level aid, transmission assembly check level aid, track roller frame inner bearings one fitting each side, winch and check level added, track roller frame outer bearings one fitting each side, and hydraulic tank check level and aid. Alright, your ripper cylinder pins, two fittings each, ripper link pivot pins four fittings each link, ripper beam pivot pins four fittings each beam. Alright, preventive maintenance check service the initial step. The tool test equipment, basic issue items, materials, antifreeze, detergent, grease, GAA, oil, lubricant, OE, OH, HCO 10, and oil lubricant, HCO 1540. Oil lubricating OEA 30. Parts materials, oil lubricating OEHD 30. Rags, personal required driver operator equipment condition, tractor pulled on parked on level of the ground, engine off, blade lowered to the ground. All right, we're going to read the warning. Retrieval of the warning caution the note before the operating with a preventive maintenance check on the D7F tractor. Perform all the weekly before a preventive maintenance check service if you are assigned to the operator, you have not been operated with the tractor since the last week's checks. You're operating with the tractor for the first time unless otherwise indicated. Perform the lubrication preventive maintenance check for the tractor. Perform particle and level of the grand transmission, the end of the transmission lock lever, the lock position, brake lever, brake lock and lever to engage with the implements for the graded engine and the engine shutdown. Once after the week of the initial shutdown, the service life inspection program D7F tractor notify the unit of maintenance replace the transmission, bevel, gear, steering, clutch, or oil filter, element cleaning, magnetic strainer. After 1 month initially operation sleep, service life extension program D7F tractor notify the unit of maintenance, check the level and final drives. All right, 1. Before intervals, front and left side overview procedures. Check the ground under the tractor. Evidence fluid leakage, such as oil and coolant level. Check the tractor for the obvious damage of the impaired operation. Check for the evidence of fluid leak of all the tractor. Check for Class 3 leaks or evidence damage that would impair operation. Evident Class 3 leak and not fully mission capable of Class leak 3 are evident. Check for leaks at the belly pans. Check for leaks at the belly pans. Before, lifting cylinders, tilt cylinders, lines, and fittings. Check the lifting cylinders both sides of the front of the machine. Also check the tilt cylinder on the left side of the machine. Check for the not mission capable of Class 3 leaks are all evident. Check the exposed tilt and cylinder, lifting cylinders, leaks, Class 3 not mission capable of Class 3 leaks are evident. 3. Before either starting aid system. Warning: either fuel is extremely flammable to cause do not smoke with make sure that the well ventilated area. Wave the heat opens flames sparks. Wear eye protection. Avoid contact with the eyes. Avoid breathing either fumes. Fluid enter the fumes. Irritation in the eyes with immediately large quantity of the clean water. 15 minutes. Seek the medical attention immediately. Air and is inhaled cause irritation. Failure to follow these warnings could cause injury or death. If required for the cold weather, starting check to ensure that the canister is present securely and installed. The ether canister is missing or loose. It is required for cool weather starting. If the canister is not installed, loosen the thumb screw, open the cover, ensure the cap is installed with the solenoid. All right, before every 3/10 of an hour radiators. Warning: do not separate the cooling system unless the engine has been allowed with the cooling down. The pressurized cooling system can escape the steam of the hot cooling if the severe burns. Do not remove the cooling system radiator cap when the engine is hot. Allow the engine to cool down. Loosen the cap at the first stop. Let any with a pressure cooling system remove the cap. The failure to follow these warnings may cause severe burns. Wearing eye protective goggles and skin protection when handling the coolant. Failure to do so may cause injury. Check for cooling leaks of worn, damaged over the debris build up. Remove the built up debris. Any non-mission capable of the Class 3 leaks are evident. With the engine off, removing the radiator cap. Check the coolant level. The coolant level should be in 1/2 inch for the bottom of the filled pipe. Never note color in the color of the coolant. Coolant should never not appear rusty or brownish. Never notify the supervisor if the coolant is rusty or brownish. Note if you're unsure of the coolant in the tractor, notify the supervisor. Use the cleaning water in low scale forming minerals. Do not use softened water. If the level of coolant is leveled at 50/50, max your free clean water to bring level back up the correct level. White pressure cap clean off with a clean rag. Inspect the radiator cap with the damaged cap of the gasket and foreign material and deposit non-mission capable of the gasket and missing damage. Install radiator cap. All right, before and 0.2 hours engine oil level. To ensure accurate cold check of the reading, engine must be shut down and cold. Wipe out the area clean of the dipstick oil fuel filler tube. Remove the dipstick, wipe and clean reinsert the fill of the dipstick tube. Remove the dipstick reading level. The must be within the crosshatch area of the dipstick labeled self-starting safe starting range with the engine stopped. And oil and cold required lubricating oil. Items 8, 9, 10, and 11, work package 19. Refer to the key at the end of work package 11 for the correct grade of the oil expected for the temperature range. All right, continue 5. Turn the filler cap to the left to remove the add the oil for the filler tube. The open with the level to this crosshatch around the safe starting range with the engine stopped and the oil to cold is the dipstick. Reinstall the filler cap turned on the right until tight. Dipstick oil fuel filler cap. All right, 6. Before, you check the rollover protection structure. Inspect the loose bolt mounting, both the cracks and bends and broken welds in the rollover protection structure and pads. Non-mission capable of rollover protection services structure and pads have loosened or missing bolt or cracks, bends, or broken welds. Show the ROPS in the pad. Rear and side sight before overall. Notify the unit maintenance. Check the final drive oil level. The Class 3 leaks are notified in the final drive. Check on the ground under the tractor evidence of the transmission final oil drive oil leakage before be alert with the final drive check level of the final drain plug. Check non-mission capable of the check 3 leaks are evident. Check the tractor for the obvious damage for the impaired operation. Non-mission capable of damage for the would be impaired the operation is evident. Before ripper, if equipped, inspect the ripper, lift the cylinder and lines. The leakage not mission capable of class 3 leaks are evident. Ripper lift cylinder and transmission final drive checking on the ground and oil levels. Before winch, if equipped, inspect the structural damage or leakage. Class 3 leaks are if evident, not mission capable. Ensure hook and clevis are present when the securely installed by the end of the wire rope. If the not mission capable, the hook and clevis are missing and required for the mission. C. Ensure the safety latch is present in the hook, not mission capable, the safety latch is missing. And 10. Before in the drawbar, ensure the pin and safety latch is in the present, not mission capable, the pin and safety latch are missing if required for the mission. Alright, item number 11, before the V-belt, check the fan, alternator V-belt, check for loose and torn frayed, missing, extensively worn, unevenly belt deflection should not be more than 1/2 inch, check the bend point between the bolts. Not mission capable V-belts are loose or torn frayed, missing, or excessively unevenly worn. V-belts, checking the deflection midpoint between the pulleys. 12. Before the belly pans, check the evidence of the fluid leaks of the tractor belly pans. Class 3 evident, not mission capable. Class 13, item 13, before 0.2 hours hydraulic system oil level. Check the level over the oil hydraulic tank. Wipe area cleaner around the filter cap. Slowly turn the filter cap to the left and allow any of the pressure release from the remove of the cap. 13. Continue. Filler cap, dipstick, strain, retaining ring. Remove the dipstick from the filler. Open it with the wipe with clean. Reinstall the remove the check of the reading of the dipstick. Oil must be between the add and full lines for the dipstick. If the level is first, ensure the strainer and clean it free of the debris. Remove the clean if necessary. Foul. Wearing eye warning. Wear eye protection to avoid injury. Compress with remove the retaining ring. Replace the dipstick. Strainer clean the strainer. Remove the dipstick. Strainer secure the strainer and retaining ring. 13. Continued. Add oil through the filler opening until the level of the dipstick between the add and fill line with the dipstick. Refer to the key at the end of the correct work package 11 and the correct grade of the oil expected temperature range. Reinstall the dipstick. Reinstall the filler cap. Turn the brake until the tight. All right. Item number 14. Before seat belt engage indicators. Operator station. Occupy and adjust the seat. Check all the gauges indicated if the damage is evident would be impair the operation and not mission capable. Check with the damage and governor steering clutch levers, the brake pedals, the accelerator pedals. They should be free of movement. If not mission capable, the damage is evident would impair operation. If the equipment with the winterized cab, check with the broken and damaged windows. Ensure the windows are clean. Ensure the obstructed view. Start the engine while they're warm. Ensure that all the indications gauges are functionally proper. Be sure to check the fuel pressure gauges on the right side of the engine compartment. Not mission capable of the needle reads in the red zone of the gauge. Use seat belt well. Operating machine and mandatory fasten the belt before operating the machine. Trying to fasten the belt during operation creates hazardous condition. Failure to follow the machine may result in the injury or death. Fasten the seat belt just in need with the belt slung across the lap with the belt in the middle. Not mission capable. The seat belt is missing or will not buckle or adjust. Check the operation of floodlights and dash lights. Alright, 15. Before winterized cabinet, if equipped, check for the defrost fans for the proper operation. Check the windshield wiper for the proper operation. Check for the heater for the proper operation. Item 16. Before steering, braking, clearing, clutch control. Move the tractor ahead of it slowly. Press with the both brake pedals. Ensure the tractor stops. Non-mission capable, the brakes do not function. Test with the right and left steering clutch. The levers will move and go ahead slowly. Either lever fails to turn the tractor. Not mission capable. 17. Before implementing control, check the control of the bulldozer blade and winch or ripper for the proper operation. Not mission capable, the controls do not function. Note, the service life extension program machine does not have the backup alarm. 18. Before backup alarm, if equipped, place the transmission, reverse listen to the backup alarm sound, return the transmission to neutral and lock. Alright, item 19, during. Indication gauges and dash panels. Check the oil pressure gauge for the proper oil operation panel. Non-mission capability for the red zone of the gauge. Check the engine water temperature gauge for the proper operation. Non-mission capable needles in the red zone of the gauge. Check transmission oil pressure gauge for the torque converter temperature gauge for the pressure, proper pressure and operating temperature needle in the red zone. Not mission capable. Check air cleaner indicator proper operation if the red band is visible. Service the air cleaner. Check the air meter for the proper operation. Needle and check the ammeter for proper operation. Needle in the red zone. Check non-mission capable. Check the operating of the dash lights. 20 during overall machine. Be alerted to evidence of fluid leaks such as oil coolant level. Class 3 leaks are evident. Non-mission capable. To be alert with the proper operation. Steering, brakes, and powertrain operation components. Be alert with the proper operation. Implement controls. Alright, your front and left side. Note that ensure the tractor provide with level grain of the transmission, neutral transmission, safe selector lock and the lock lever in the lock position, brake lever lock, engage implements lever lower to the ground lever, engine running of the transmission engine, hot oil level checks until the track inspection is performed. Alright, 21 after 0.2 hours transmission oil level. Check the level of the oil transmission engine running at low idle speed. In transmission warm, tilt the operator seat forward to access the transmission dipstick failure. Fill the tip up on tube up or under the seat with the wipe the air clean over the dipstick oil filler cap tip filler tube and cap. Remove the dipstick, wipe clean, and the reinstall. Remove the dipstick. Check the level of the dipstick. Maintain the level of the fuel line on the dipstick. If the level is U for the square, adjust and adjustable wrench. Remove and lubricate until the level is indicated with the dipstick at the full line. Refer to the key at the end of the work package 11 for correct grade of the oil expected in temperatures. 21. Continue. Dipstick, filler tube, and the filler cap. After 0.2 hours, engine crankcase. When the engine running with the warm with the operating low idle, check the oil level and get engine crankcase. Wipe the air clean around the dipstick oil filler tube cube. Then remove the dipstick wipe tube, clean, reinsert the fuel into the dipstick tape. Remove the dipstick and tape reading. The level must be full mark on the dipstick low label. Engage engine running at low idle with the oil warm. If required to add lubricating oil, refer to the key at the end of the work package 11 for the correct grade of the oil expected for the temperature range. Continued. Turn the filler cap to the left to remove the add oil for the filler tube. Open the level until the full mark of the engine running at low idle with the oil warm inside of the dipstick. Reinstall the filler cap. Turn on the right until the filler is tight. Show the dipstick, oil filler tube, and the filler cap. 23. After overall, check the ground under the tractor for evidence of fuel leakages, oil and coolant or fuel. Check the non-mission capable of class 3 leaks or evidence. Check the tractor for obvious damage would impair operation. Non-mission capable of damage would impair operation is evident. Check the evidence of fluid leakage of the tractor belly pans. Class 3 level the 3 leaks are evident. Non-mission capable. Check leaks of the belly pan. Alright, item 24, bulldozer blade assembly. Check the blade cutting edge of the end of the base of the crack and wear damage, missing, loosening bolt. The edge crack damage worn less than 3/4 inch of the moldboard end bit worn damage in the same manner the mounting bolts are missing loose. The non-mission capable. Check all the 4 scarifiers the present with securely mounted in the good condition. Scarifier non-mission capable. The scarifier is missing and mounting is loose teeth or missing or damaged and required for the mission. Alright, after item 25. Interval after item check lift cylinder, tilt cylinder line fitting. Check the lift cylinder on both sides of the front of the machine. Damage and leak. Also check the tilt cylinder on the left side. Class 3 leakage or evident damage would impair the operation. Non-mission capable. Check the explosive on the cylinder and the lift cylinder for the leaks or other damage where that could cause the leaks. Non-mission capable. The class 3 leaks or evident line shows where damage that would cause leaks. Check for pitting or rusting or exposed cylinder rods. Not mission capable of pitting or rusting is evident. And item 26 after radiator guards. Check upper and lower guards with the damage, loosening and missing bolt. Not mission capable of the guard is touching the radiator guard or dents and damage to prevent air circulation of the radiator, losing, missing, or bolt are evident. Radiator guards, hydraulic lines. After 0.3 hours tracks, item inspect the track left side of the machine damage sheet with missing of the loose bolts. Check the master link with the missing loose bolts. Not mission capable any of the bolts are missing or loose. Show the track pin bolts and master link. Check the recoil mechanism exit for the cover of the damage loop for the missing bolts. Non-mission capable exit for these covered if the damage and cannot be screwed. Check all the guards and the damage loose and missing bolts. Non-mission capable the guard is missing or loose. Check the idle rollers and where leak is damage, losing, missing hardware. Notify the supervisor if any leaks are evident. Non-mission capable of damage or worn idlers, rollers are evident. Loose of the missing hardware is noted. Inspect the track pins. Evidence for the leaking oil. Any wetness area with the track pin bushing indicates the problem. Notify the supervisor. Alright, 27, continue. Be alert with the personnel in the area with while moving the tractor, perform the inspection while operating, moving the tractor. Assistant must be looking damage for the sprocket segments. Ensure the assistant clear with the side of the track. All other personnel clear of the other fairly follow the warning may cause the injury to death. Check with the sprocket segments for the missing or broken segments. Non-mission capable any sprocket segment is missing or damaged. Show sprocket segments, rollers, idlers, roller mechanism, access covering, rock guards. Right is side shown and left side is the same. Alright, 27, continue. Check with the track tension. Play with the tray edge at the top of the grousers between the idle and the front of the carrier. Roller. Measure the track sag between the bottom of the tray edge at the top of the grousers and midpoint with the bit between the idle and front carrier. Roller. If the sag distance is A, the 1/2 inch, 2 inches. Track tension is okay. Adjust the track if too tight or loose. Work package 15. Grocer, idler, front carrier, roller, grocer, and straight edge. Alright, item 28, after belly pans. Look on the under of the tractor, check for the damage of the belly pan, check for the loose missing bolts. Mission capable belly pan is missing or several boot met or loose. 29. Grab handles. Check for the presence of security of the grab handle mount on left and rear cab grab handles. Transmission final drive. Check over the ground or oil leaks. After right and rear right side overall. Check it on the ground under the tractor. Evidence transmission final drive. Oil leaks. Non-miscapable class 3 leaks are evident. Check the tractor. Obvious damage that would impair the operation. Non-miscapable damage would impair operation evident. After the ripper, if equipped, inspect the rear ripper teeth and shank of the crack, breaks loosen where the teeth are worn and the hole developed in the tip. Cracker, non-miscapable, the cracks or breaks are loosen, the holes in the teeth and evident. Inspect the ripper lift cylinder line with the damage of the leakage. Non-miscapable, the damage would impair the operation. Class 3 leaks are evident. Check for the pitting of the rusting exposed with the cylinder rods. Non-miscapable, the pitting of rusting is evident. 32. After the grab handle, check with the resin security for the grab handle mounting on the rear of the cab. Item 33, after belly pan, look under the tractor, check for the damage of the belly pan, check for the loose and missing bolts, non-miscapable, the belly pan is missing or severe bluntly. Item 34, after 0.3 hours track, if the track is on the right side of the machine, the damage shoot for the missing and loose bolt, check the master link of the missing and loose bolts, non-miscapable, any of the bolts are missing or loose, check the recoil, the mechanism, access for the cover the damage, loose for the missing bolt, and non-miscapable, the access cover the damage cannot be securely closed, check all the rock guards of the damage, loosing missing bolt, non-miscapable, the guard is missing or loose, check the out of the rollers for where air leaks, damage, loosing, missing hardware, notify the supervisor any leaks are evident, non-miscapable, the damage warrant, out of the rollers, evident, loosing, missing hardware is noted. Inspect the track pin for the evidence of leaking oil. Any wetness in the air of the track pin pushing indicate the problem. Notify the supervisor. Show the sprocket up in the rollers. Idler the roller mechanism access. Cover the rock guards. Right side shown. Left side shame. Item 34. Be alert that all the personnel area will move with the tractor. Perform inspection. Operators move with the tractor. Assistant must look for damage with the tractor segment. Ensure the assistant clear of the side track, but all the other personnel clear of the area. Failure to follow the warning may cover the injury or death. Check the sprocket segment if it's missing or broken, and non-miscapable any of the sprocket segment missing damage. Check the tension as followed. Place the trade edge for the top of the grocers idle in front of the carrier roller. Measure the track slag and bottom of the edge of straight edge. The top of the grocer, the bin point between the idler and front carrier with the roller. If the sag distance is 1/2 to 2 inches. Track tension is okay. Adjust the track is too tight or loose. Work package 15. Grocer, idler, straight edge, grocer, front carrier, roller. Alright, 34, continue. Note the inch of the tractor is parked on level of the ground with the transmission neutral and safety lock lever in lock position. Brake lock lever engaged, implements lowered in the ground. Shut down the engine. Work package 5. 35 after turbocharger. Visually check the oil leak for the turbocharger. Check for the black soup between the turbocharger and muffler. Non-miscapable, any oils or soot are evident. 36 after exhaust system. Check for the evidence of leaks. Ensure the mounting is secured. Non-miscapable exhaust leaks are evident. 37 item after engine air cleaner, pre-cleaner. Engine could damage the engine. Pre-cleaning securely installed loose housing free. The debris pre-cleaner is damaged and clogged. Alright, item 38 after 0.2 hours fuel tank. Warning, do not perform the fuel system check and inspection maintains while smoking in your flames or in spark. May ignite the causing damage of machine injury to death. Do not smoke with a open flame with the air while using servicing fuel system. Be sure the hose nozzle grounded against the filler tube during the refueling to prevent static electricity failure to follow the warning may result in injury to personal equipment damage. Ensure the fire extinguisher fills service area. No, use suitable container to capture the drain water sediment to dispose of the drain fluid. IAW local policy ordinance ensure that all our spills are cleaned up. The drain water and sediment in the fuel tank is solved with the plane. Suitable containment under the drain hose left in the rear of the rear fuel tank. Open the drain valve. Allow the water in the sediment to drain. Close the drain valve. Dispose of the drain water sediment. IAW local policy ordinances. Item 38. Continue drain valve hidden. Check the level of the fuel tank. Refuel as needed. Work package 13. Alright, item 39, 02 hour blade tilt cylinder block socket. F, GA, grease gun, 2 grease fittings on the blade cylinder block and socket on the left side. GA, item 40, afters, every 3/10 of an hour, lower cylinder, lower trunnion bearing. Apply GA grease to fitting of each of the cylinder, lower trunnion gear. After 0.5 hours, blade cylinder, the upper trunnion bearing, so left cylinder, apply GA grease gun, the 4 grease fittings on the left cylinder, upper trunnion bearing, and B apply GA grease, 4 grease fittings on the left cylinder support. Alright, after 0.3 hours, blade tilt, bracing, ball and socket and screw and threads. Apply GA grease to 2 blades to lift tilt blade bracing blocks, socket grease fittings on right side of the machine. Apply GA grease to blade tilt, blade screw threads and grease fittings. Alright, after 0.4 hours blade adjustment diagonal, brace, they apply the GA grease fittings on the blade adjustment diagonal brace ball and the sockets on each side of the machine. Alright, item 44, 0.3 hours batteries. Warning to avoid injury, eye protecting acid resistant glove when working with avoiding around batteries. Do not smoke even though the flame make the sparks create the other ignition sources around the batteries. If the battery goes off, giving off the gas explodes, cause the injury. Personnel to remove all the jewelry such as rings, ID tags, watches, bracelets, and jewelry, tool contacts, battery terminal. A direct short will result in instant heating damage to equipment injury personnel. Sufficient sulfuric acid contained in the batteries can cause serious burns, battery corrosion. Electrolyte makes contact with the skin and eyes, clothing. They can immediately stop the corrosive burning effects. Failure to follow these procedures may result in death or injury. Alright, note, for complete information servicing battery, refer to TM 9614-214. Release 2 latches, open battery back and box access cover latch and left side of the tractor. Non-mission capable, one or both batteries are missing. Inspect the batteries of these damage such as crack case or electrolyte. Non-mission capable electrolyte lead is evident. Check battery hold down, loosen damage if the lock, loose tighten nut, wing nuts, and non-mission capable hold down damage for loose nut. Check the batteries for the broken, corroded connection, frayed, burned, or metal cable collapse. Non-mission capable broken, corroded connection with a frayed, burned, or metal cable clamps are evident. Remove fill plugs and check the electrolyte in the cell with the batteries. Level should be 1/8 of an inch about the top of the plates. Add distilled water when as needed to the correct level. Continue to ensure batteries are clean and the batteries are cables are secured. Non-mission cable, the battery cables are not secure.
What you doing, boy?
You close either the cover and secure the 2 latches. Yeah. Alright, continue 44. Ensure the batteries are clean with the battery cables are secure. Non-mission cable, the battery cables are not secure. Close the access cover to secure the 2 latches. Shows the access cover, the filler plugs, the wing nut, and the hold down, while also the cables and the clamps. Weekly 0.3 hours track roller frame in bearings. Apply GA grease 2 track roller frame inner bearings under rear of machine. Shows the for item 46, weekly 0.3 hours man hours track roller frame bearings on each side with complete the fill retainer cap with the GA grease granule to lubricate the track roller frame. Outer bearings pump grease gun until you can hear the grease being expelled. Item 47.005 hour every 0.5 hours ripper. If equipped, apply GA grease 2 ripper leak in cylinders, brake bearing grease filler 10 on each side. Item 48 weekly every 0.2 hours fan drive. Apply GA grease to fan drive grease fittings. Alright, monthly winch wire rope if equipped. Warning, when handling winch wire rope, wear a pair of heavy gloves. Damaged frayed wires can injure hands and fingers. In real full length of the wire. Work package 5. Warning, wear eye protection when using wire brush to protect against injury. Clean the entire length of the wire rope with the wire brush. Inspect the entire length of the wire rope with flat spots for frays, kinking, or signs of rusting. Caution, non-mission cable of the wire has any flat spots more than a ½ inch in the diameter of the wire rope or any frays, kinks are evident. Reel and wire rope. Alright, item 50, monthly winterized cab. Check the window latching on the working window for the proper operation. Check the door, stop securing bolt for operation. Check the door, hands, locks, in proper operation. Monthly decals and data plates. Ensure decals and data plates are present and legible. Alright, this work package calls refueling system priming support equipment, fire extinguisher, fuel rag for wiping, engine equipment, condition engine off, battery disconnect, switch off position. Refueling. Do not smoke or permit any of the open flow in the air with the tractor where you are reciprocating fuel supply by hosing the nozzle ground with a dense filler tube during refueling to prevent static electricity. Failure to follow this warning may result in the injury to personal equipment damage. If the equipment is winter caused, tap and turn the heater off during refueling. No, ensure proper fire extinguisher is within reach of the refueling. Do not overfuel the fuel tank. If fuel starts to foam out from the tank at the top, immediately avoid spillage. Wipe off dirt around from the filler cap, turn the filler cap left, and then remove the cap, install the filler debris, remove the strainer dipstick, remove the debris, reinstall the strainer dipstick, fill the fuel tank, full fuel tank with the dipstick, use the correct IAW, expect the temperature range, operation, still the filler cap with the turning cap on the right. Show the dipstick strainer and the filler cap. Fuel priming. No, engine. If the engine starts to become the tractor run out fuel, it may be necessary to prime the fuel system. Fuel priming pump is located on the right side of the engine. Rotate the fuel priming pump plunger to the left, open pump, pull up, and then push the pump plunger by hand. Continue the pump until the strong pressure is felt and the fuel pressure gauge is indicated with green. After using, push down the plunger. Turn the plunger in all the way to the right when closed. Fuel pressure gauge shows the plunger and the fuel priming pump. End of work package. All right, air cleaning service on work package 14. The work package includes covers material, detergent wiping or rag wiping, and engine condition, engine off. Warning: engine new NBC exposure is expected. The personal weight of the equipment, protective equipment should handle the all air cleaner media. Consult with the NBCO for the officer, NBC NCO with the appropriate handling and disposal procedure. For the Field Manual 3.3 with the chemical biological contamination avoidance, and Field Manual 3.5 with the nuclear biological contamination decontamination, Figure 9.204, nuclear contamination avoidance, NBC contaminated filters must be handled with the use of adequate precautions must be disclosed in training personnel. Failure to follow this warning may cause injury to death in service. Caution: never service the air cleaner with the engine running. Engine during damage can result in service performed with the engine running low. Loosen 2 eye bolts, remove the cover of the air closing housing. Eye bolt cover, air cleaning housing, cleaner housing, eye bolt. Alright, service 2. Inspect with the gasket over the inside of the cover damage with notify the unit maintenance. Remove the primary filter element with the air cleaning housing through the wipe the clean inside of the cleaning air cleaner with a rag. Cover gasket primary filter element air cleaner housing. Check the sealing surface of the primary element filter dirt over the clean side with the evident problem may be the damage the filter element. Incur the element if needed with the cleaning sealing surface. Warning: particles blown by the compressor air with the NIC 15 psi nozzle when drying with parts with the compressor air. Use the maximum of 30 psi when cleaning components. Do not direct compress air against human skin. Failure to follow the warning may cause the injury or death. Make sure airstream is directed above the user with other personal area to avoid injury of the most. Wear protective goggles and face shields to prevent damage. Do not clean primary filter element by pumping or tapping. Note: use the inside primary filter to inspect filters and tears, holes, and other damages before or after each cleaning process. Discard primary filter element if any damage is evident. Service continued. Direct compress air inside of the primary air filter element along with the length of the filter pleats. Direct compress air outside along with the length of the filter pleats. Repeat 6. Step 6. Caution: to prevent primary filter element damage, use maximum 40 psi water pressure. Do not direct water inside primary filter element along the length of filter pleats. Direct water and outside of the length of the pleats. Rinse and air dry with the filter element thoroughly. Wash primary filter element with water and detergent. Rinse with clean water and dry thoroughly. Note: primary filter element should be replaced once each year after being cleaned for the maximum of 6 times. The indicator shows red and shortly installation of primary filter element which has been cleaned with approximately 6 times primary place for filter element. Indicator shows the red shortly installation cleaning primary filter element. Notify the unit and maintenance to replace the secondary filter element. Install primary filter element air cleaning housing. Position cover the air cleaner housing. Secure with 2 bolts. Eye bolt cover air cleaner housing. Eye bolt. Rest the air filter indicator with the pushing bottom of the button with the indicator. Work package 4. Item 17. The room of the engine. Check for proper operation. End of work package. Alright, track adjustment. This work package cover the adjustment. Initial setup: draw pin, lubricating gun hand working, rinse adjusting, material parts, grease, GAA, material parts, rag wiping, personnel required. 2, equipment condition, track parked on level ground. No, packed dirt should not be removed from the track if packing conditions exist on the job. Move the machine forward a distance at least twice its length. All machines to coast and stop. Do not apply the brake. Shut down the engine. Loosen the bolt. Open the recoil machine mechanism as if the cover wipe clean relief valve. Shove the bolt and the access cover and relief valve. Adjustment continued. Wear eye protection. Keep the face for the clear with the wind venting grease. When relief valve during the track adjustment, never visually inspect the relief of the valve. Self-greasing, escaping, observe track to verify the loosen. Failure to follow this warning could cause injury or blindness. And note: if the track tension does not release you, and notify the unit maintenance. Open the relief valve, allow the grease to escape with the track transition tension. Release, check the relief valve to clean the area around and fill the relief valve. Cover, relief valve, fill valve. Fill the grease gun, connect the fill valve, pump the grease to the fill valve, the track idle, move toward from the front of the tractor, stop pumping, the track idler stops moving. Mark a line and track roller frame 1/2 inch from the rear surface of the idle bearing support. Wear eye protection, keep face gear with the venting grease film with the relieving during the track adjustment. Never visually inspect the relief valve so that it is greasy, so escaping. Always observe the track if the air five loose and failure to follow this warning could cause injury or blindness. On relief valve, no more than one turn. Allow the grease to escape. The idler move back. Adjustment: track idler bearing support, 1/2 inch track roller frame. Drawbar pin, the length of the steel pin between the top of the sprocket and teeth near the link. Shove the pin in the sprocket. Start the engine. Move the machine into the reverse until the rear face of the idler become bearing supports the pass mark made in the track roller work package 5. Move the machine forward until the free sprocket. Shut down the engine. Move the pin. Connect the grease gun to the fill valve. Check the relief valve. Pump the grease in the fill valve until the rear face idler pin supporting lines up with the marking made of the tractor roller frame. 15. Close the recoiling mechanism. Access cover and tighten the bolt. Operate the machine. Check the track for proper operation. Chapter 5: Supporting Information.